Hi, I'm Selena, and today I'm going to show you how to make a solar system model. So for today's project, you're going to need a spoon, a measuring cup, 3 cups of water, a cup of flour, a hanger, some string, paintbrush, some newspaper, paints and paint palette or paint tray, and a basin. So what you're going to do first is you're going to make paper mache paste, because we're going to make our model out of paper mache primarily. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take 1 cup of flour and you're going to put it into the basin, and you're also going to take then 2 cups of water and put it in the basin as well. Then you're going to take your spoon and you're going to mix it. And it should look something like that. So that's the paste for the paper mache. Now, if you don't have a spoon, you can always mix it with your fingers. You're going to get messy anyway. The next thing you're going to want to do is lay out a bunch of newspaper on the table or surface that you're working on, just to protect it. Then you're going to want to take some bits of newspaper and bunch them up into balls, just like so. Use the palms of your hands to make it nice and tight. So you're going to want to make 8 small balls like this. You can actually make it smaller if you like. Using bits of smaller ripped pieces of newspaper to make smaller balls out of the newspaper itself. And then you're going to want to rip up some newspaper into shreds of paper like this, just so that they're small and easy to use. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your paper mache paste and take one of the 8 balls that you've made. The size doesn't matter. We probably won't be making an accurate to scale model. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take the ball, take some ripped newspaper, dip them in the paste, dip the newspapers in the paste, and then you're going to want to attach it onto the ball of newspaper and just really wrap it around like so. So you're going to want to continue doing that. So just continue putting pieces of paper into the paste and then putting them on to the ball. Now you're not going to want to cover the ball entirely. You're going to want to leave half of it undone, like so, because then you're going to take a piece of string just rip it off like that. If you want, you can use scissors for this. Get a parent to help you. So this is our piece of string. And you can either do this before you put the paste on or after you have half the paste on. And you're going to want to wrap the string around the ball like so, and then tie it. It's okay if your hands are messy, and it's okay if the string has some of the flour paste on it. It's non-toxic. So tie a knot, and then you should have a ball on a string like so. Next, you're going to continue putting more paste and paper onto the ball, just so that the whole ball is covered with the paste. Yep, it's pretty messy. That's okay. We protected the table by putting down newspaper. So next, what you're going to want to do is once the whole ball is covered with newspaper, this process called paper mache, you're going to want to hold the ball in the palm of your hand and put your other palm of your hand over it and just sort of tighten it so you're making a ball in your hand. That's to just keep it compact so it keeps its form in some sort of circular shape. Once you're done, you're going to want to put that aside. Next, you're going to take your other balls. So remember, we had 8 of them. And you're going to want to put more paper mache on them. Now, because we don't really care about the scale of our solar system model, it doesn't matter how big each of the balls are. You just want to make sure that you have one ball that's pretty big and the rest are smaller, relatively. And you can just continue putting that around it. Then you're going to want to do the same process of tying some string around the planet or ball. Like so. And then you'll want to continue putting paper mache on that one. So once you've gotten all 8 of them, you'll want to put them aside. So you'll have 8 like this aside. And you'll want to let them dry. Then you're going to take more newspaper. This part's optional. You don't have to create a sun, but if you would like a sun for your solar system, you can create one. Remember, the sun is significantly bigger than planets, and its gravitational pull is what keeps us orbiting around it. Keeps all the planets orbiting around it because it's so big. So make sure it's bigger than the biggest of your planets, significantly. I would say the size of the cantaloupe, but again, it doesn't have to be to scale. So that looks pretty good. And then you're going to want to do the same process of putting paper mache paste with newspaper onto it and around it. And you're also going to want to take some string and wrap it around. And then tie it so that it's hanging from the string. So it should just be significantly bigger than the rest of your planets. So once you're done, you're going to want to put that aside. It might take anywhere from half an hour to an hour to even a few hours to dry completely, depending on the size of the object. So your sun might take quite a while to dry. So next, you're going to want to put all that aside. And after your planets are dry, should look something like this. So you can't see it, but they're quite hardened, quite firm. And you'll see that the string is more secured as the paper mache hardened around the string. So now you're going to want to paint your planets. So you can be creative with whatever colors you want to paint your planets. But I'm going to paint my planets specifically according to the way they are seen by astronomers in the sky. So what images we have. So what I did was I painted my sun in orange color, yellow color. A little bit of an orange hue, but quite yellow. And it is the biggest object. Next, you're going to want to take one of the small planets. One of the smallest ones, actually the smallest one in our solar system is Mercury. And again, if you didn't do them according to size, that's fine. So this is Mercury, and then I'm going to paint Mercury. I'm going to take my paints, paintbrush, glass of water. And then I'm going to paint Mercury a sort of beigey, sort of sand color, I guess. A sand color with a little bit of blue hues on it. Now I'm getting the colors basically from pictures I saw on the NASA website. They have a whole section on the solar system. I encourage you to take a look at that. A little bit of a blue hue on it as well. So Mercury is typically seen as gray. I don't have a gray color, but I'll make it this sort of blue and yellowy color, like so. And I'll leave it to the side to dry. Next, we have Venus, which is the hottest of the planets in our solar system. So for that, I'll paint it a yellow, a very bright yellow. And again, you can paint these planets any color you like. But I'm just going to, according to what I've seen in pictures online on the NASA website. It's quite accurate. But my paintings might not be as accurate. So this is the Venus model. Put that aside as well. And then the next planet, take a guess what the next planet is. So it is Earth. You guessed it. So I don't need to tell you too much about Earth because I'm sure you know a lot about it already. You live on the planet. So it's got some nice blue and green, which you can see from outer space. And yep, I got paint all over my fingers, but that's okay. Okay. So a little bit of green and blue on this one. That one aside now. So the next planet in the solar system, you gotta guess it, is, take a guess, it's not this one, it's the biggest planet. Actually, sorry, it's not the biggest planet, sorry. In our solar system, it's the reddest planet, or is known as the red planet, and it's the closest to Earth. So it is Mars. So Mars appears red. So I'm gonna paint it red, like so. And then put that aside to dry. Now we've got the biggest planet in our solar system. Gotta guess what it is, though. What is it? Okay, so you got it. It's Jupiter. So Jupiter, I painted like an yellow with orange sort of stripes. If you can see pictures of it on the NASA website, you'll see that it kind of looks stripy. So it's got like stripes of red, and there's also a big, huge red spot on Jupiter, which is a storm, which is the size of Earth. So we'll put that aside to dry. The next planet in our solar system is a very pretty one, very different looking. It is Saturn. So for Saturn, Saturn has the most visible rings around it. So what I did for the rings, you can see the rings here, is I'm taking some newspaper, and we don't need paper mache for it. We're just going to twist the newspaper. So just twist the newspaper around like that, like so. And then you're going to wrap it around the planet. So I wrap it around this planet. And then you can either use tape, but I didn't. I just used a little bit of paper mache to hold it around there. But you can use tape if you want as well. Just twist it in. And you can get a parent to help you with that. Or you can glue it if you like. But so that's how I created the ring around Saturn. So Saturn is a little bit of a sandy color. I'm just going to paint it a sandy color. Okay, yellowy sort of sandy color. Don't forget to paint the ring. So Jupiter actually has rings around it too, but they're very faint, very thin. And some other planets in our solar system also have rings. But again, they're pretty faint. They're not as visible as Saturn's rings. Now take your time painting. I'm just painting a little bit fast because I want to make sure that you can see everything that I'm doing. So you can see the finished product. So that's Saturn. So put Saturn aside. And then after Saturn, we have Uranus, which I have one here. So Uranus is going to be a little bit of a blue hue. It's one of the colder planets because it's further from the sun. So I'll use this blue, maybe a mix of two blues. I'll paint it. So Uranus also has rings around it as well. So got Uranus, put it aside. So the next one we have, the last planet in our solar system of 8 planets, is Neptune. So Neptune will color very blue, very dark blue. It is the coldest of the planets in our solar system and the furthest away from the sun. Okay, a very quick job of that. So I painted that. And then you can let them dry. And then afterwards, you can hang them from either a hanger, if you like, or from the ceiling, or a piece of a stick, or a piece of wood, because they're all on strings now. So what I'm doing is I'm going to hang them from a hanger. And any hanger will do. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tie the string. So tie the sun first, and it will be on one end using the string. So tie the strings to the hanger. It might slide across because this hanger is not really good, very good. But I'm going to hang them now. So the first planet in the solar system is Mercury. So I'm going to hang Mercury on here. So you're going to want to do them in order. So Mercury's first. So I tied Mercury on next to the sun. And again, this won't be to scale. Then you'll want to tie Venus, which is the hottest planet. And then the next one you're going to want to tie is third planet from the sun, Earth. So we've got Earth tied. And then the next planet in our solar system is Mars, red planet, as it's known. And then the biggest planet in our solar system, Jupiter. Tie it to the hanger. Try to double knot them if you can. Get a parent to help you with it if you're not good with tying knots. It's a good skill to learn. And then the next planet in our solar system, Saturn. One with rings that are visible. So it's good to tie them at different lengths so that they don't collide. And then our next planet in the solar system, Neptune, oh sorry, Uranus. Oh, gotta learn my planets. Yeah, so it's Uranus and then Neptune. I'm trying to double knot them. Okay, whoops, we got a little bit of a stray here. Okay, so there you go. I tied them at different lengths. You can move them over a bit. Make sure that they don't collide too much. But we're not being accurate here at all. So, but, whew, there we go. This is our hanging model of the solar system. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. Show us your solar system by tagging us at Markham Library and using #MPL from home. Thank you.